Hi, I'm Steph Palermo, and I know you hear me talking about feeling groovy and doing groovy things and having fun and enjoying your life. But what does that actually mean when you have to wake up every day to an ever-growing list of to-dos? And then, of course, there's those shoulds. I should meditate. I should get on a diet. I should go to yoga. I should rest. I should do all these things to feel good. I should travel. Well, I'm offering you a chance to actually feel and embody what groovy is, what feeling amazing is. Join me in Terracini, Sicily. You will not regret it. We are going to have an amazing time, and you will actually feel what living really is, what knowing your purpose is. And you'll be able to take that back, not in a list of to-dos, but in how you feel. So I'll see you there in Terracini, Sicily. Don't miss it. This is the Just Steph Show, and I'm your host, Steph Palermo, your Italian Boston girl who's an empath, healer, and all-around seeker of wisdom. Tune in weekly for advice on how to live your best life at work, home, or play so you can feel groovy every day. Hey, welcome to the Gateway to Summer. It is Memorial Day weekend. I know I'm so late. I am Steph Palermo. I'm your Sicilian Scorpio girl who takes you by the hand and shows you how to get on your soul's proper path and enjoy your life. Nothing less than ecstatic, an amazing life. And really, I don't know what's more delicious, being a Scorpio or being a Sicilian. They both are passionate, loving. I guess I'm on steroids there, right? Intuitive, empathic. But I have to say, more delicious would be Sicilian because the food's great. And I know I'm so late with everything, and I don't even know who's going to be watching this at 4:45 on Memorial Weekend. However, I think you'll understand. My kids, I picked them up yesterday, and I've been just crazy getting ready for them to come for the weekend. And on top of it, we found out last night our puppy passed away. And she lived in Atlanta. She was my dog. And when I moved to Boston, I left her with the kids because they loved her so much. And I didn't want to take her with me, although she's been up here a couple of times visiting with the kids and my little Fenway. And she passed away last night, and we got the news from Atlanta, and we've been kind of coping all day long. So I don't want this to be a depressing show, but I want you to understand why I haven't been visible today, and even yesterday with getting everything together with the kids. So I know you'll forgive me for all of that. So, but today this is going to be a great day because we're going to do like almost what I used to do on the radio back in Atlanta, and just do a whole Just Steph show. And I think you will enjoy it. We're going to do I'm going to do my normal routine, and maybe, just maybe, we'll get somebody to jump in with us a little later. I'm not really sure if he can do it because I reached out to him last minute and see if he can join us and do, like I used to do Living Atlanta, and it was all of the fun things that were going on in Atlanta that weekend for Second Lifers, because that's the I've coined that phrase, Second Lifers, where empty nesters, newly single, and those starting over age 3, your healthy, happy, hip years are just beginning. And where did I come up with that? Well, I am a Second Lifer, and there's so much out there for millennials and for older folks. And for us, we're sort of that generation that's kind of confused. We struggle with technology. Many of us are old-fashioned in our thinking, or in a good way, and we come from parents who had one foot in the 50s, one foot in the 60s. They stayed in marriages that were abusive because that's what you were supposed to do, and if they left, they were It was a scandal. We're sort of the last generation of women that, and I say women because it's mostly women. It could have been some men. I'm making a generalization, but that's really how it was. Who actually said, well, should I stay home with my kids and raise them, or should I go to work? And after that, after our day of raising kids, and if you hear my kids laughing in the background, it's because they're here having fun. I'm actually got remanded to the bedroom because they had too much going on out there. So my normal show spot is occupied, and it's mostly occupied with noise. But anyway, as far as Second Life is concerned, yeah, we were the last group of women who said, okay, well, I think I can stay home, or I can't stay home, or we actually contemplated it. I actually stayed home for 20 years with my children, raising them. And it wasn't until I was getting divorced that I had to get a job. It's the J word, job. Is that like budget? The B word? When I was married, my husband said, we need to get on a budget. I was like, oh, God. What does that mean? So, yeah, I had to put on my big girl panties. And just to let you know, I'm trying to work through pour the loss of Fenway. Yeah. So, and I just thought having a nice little cocktail, because it is almost 5 o'clock, right? So, yeah, that's and so the Second Lifers are, though, 50 years ago, we were old. My mother did, at 50 years old, 54 years old, didn't box and practice hot yoga, and she wasn't dating and night clubbing and fine dining. It's so now we're running marathons, we're working out, we're traveling and seeing the world and starting businesses and becoming entrepreneurs. So Second Lifers are we're sort of stuck with the technology and having to learn more, but we have so much to give to the world as Second Lifers. We have all this life experience, and we're not stuck at home anymore, like back 50 years ago, where they weren't going out, they weren't doing anything. Maybe the husband went to a job and came home, and that was it. No, we're out there. We're out there doing stuff and being a guide and showing people around. So, it's, as Second Lifers, we have an obligation, and that's what I want to sort of talk about today in your life lessons. Is a good segue. Life lessons from just Steph. So I want to talk about, we have an obligation to ourselves and to others to be a light, be a guide. And we need to understand there are spiritual realities there. And whether you want to believe that or not, that's your business. But I'm going to be frank with you. The life that you're living here is the life that you'll experience when you transition. So if you're miserable here, it's going to take you a lot of aligning on the other side to be joyful. You have the chance here. And the divine spirit, you think, why is this so hard? And I used to say, God, why do you make this so hard? And people say, Steph, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to understand what God wants, what the divine wants, what spirit wants? Listen, there's no secrets. Everything is revealed. The divine isn't trying to pull one over on you. That's not the way it works. Everything is available for you, for your understanding. It's you're the one that's blocked. You're the one who has limited understanding, because we separated we separate ourselves from the divine. We don't open ourselves up. There's a veil. See, there's this veil. It's a beautiful sheer veil between our flesh, our humanity, and the spirit world beyond that. And that veil is just right here because it's all, the spirit world is around us. We just can't see it. So that world is attracted to us, and we always want to know more about them. What's going on? It's natural. They know all about us. They just want to be around us because we have a higher, loftier position in the universe, because we are co-creators with the divine. We have the gift of flesh. It's a curse too, but it's a gift to co-create with the divine, whether that's in the work you do, whether it's making babies, whether it's making a table, whether it's writing, painting, whatever your job is. So that's your gift. Okay, you're a gift to the world. And what I want you to understand is this life, and I said this a little earlier, is a reflection of what you'll experience in the next life. The kingdom of God is now. So the universe, divine, spirit, it's all here for you. It's all here for you to enjoy, to grab onto, to align with. So aligning with your higher self, aligning with your higher power, aligning with your inner being, that intuition will bring you the life that you really want, the joy that you want, getting on your soul's proper path, using your gifts, aligning with that gift, having a purpose-driven life. That's where you're floating with the current. You're not swimming upstream. And when you live that life and you align now, you use your energy now to align to that, you won't have as much aligning. When you transition, it'll be a lot more peaceful. And you know this. You've seen people when they've struggled, when they've been angry in their lives. They struggle. They have a hard time transitioning. They're clenching on to this life, and they're having to align at that moment of, going into that transition. And then they're still aligning on the other side. And that's worse than being conscious of it now and aligning, because we know the pain on the other side. The flesh protects us from the pain, so we don't understand. We just say, okay, yeah, I'm just not going to face those issues. I'm not going to face this. I'm not going to do this. And you just push it aside. So I'm like, can't see I don't have my glasses on. So with that said, you want to start that aligning now. You can either do it now or in the next life. It's up to you. You can choose. What are you going to do? And if you have any questions, of course, you can throw them in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. So that's what happens when you are living your life. Get on that path, your soul's path to your best purpose-driven life. That's the happiest place you can be. So, moving on. Oh, hi, Susan. I'm doing great, honey. I hope you're doing good too. So I want to, I'm going to move on to the next segment. Where am I? All right, everybody. This is dating advice for second lifers, and this is the just Steph rules of dating. I want to talk about the whack job ex. Well, sometimes the whack job ex is a problem, especially if they are tormenting your partner or even you with texts or emails or on social media. So what do you do about that? Because it doesn't have to be that way. And sometimes you think, well, how did this happen? Because this person that I'm with is so nice. How did they get with such a Looney Tune? And do I want to deal with this? That's up to you, how much you want to deal with it. But this is what I want you to do. You, first of all, put yourself in your partner's shoes, because a lot of us have had exes that are wacky and they've done wacky things, and we know who we are. And we know that it happens. It happens. And people stay in relationships that they shouldn't have even started. And this could be the same with your ex or with your partner's ex. So how do you know when it's time to stay and when it's time to go? You need to really spend some time meditating and knowing who you are with. And of course, it's going to depend on how long you've been in a relationship, because sometimes they don't, wear their ugly little being self until down the road, until they know that that person is committed to you. Because as soon as they know that they're committed to you, they might just say, yeah, no, I'm going to cause some trouble here. My advice is to keep quiet, although sometimes you can't do that. It's hard to do it, right? And you have to take into consideration children. Are there children involved? Young children, older children, other family members? The whack job ex can be a real problem. They can just spew their ugliness in your relationships, in your relationships with their kids. Anyway, I'm just laughing at some of the comments here. Yeah, people do have whack job exes, and you can't hold that against the other person, especially because they're not with them anymore. So they left. They've gotten their act together and said, you know what, I'm not going to take this anymore, because sometimes it takes a long time. You're so addicted to just having a person in your life, you'll take that abuse. But as someone who comes into a relationship with a nice person, maybe that person that you've aligned with has finally raised their vibration and attracted a good person into your life, and that's you. But the people that they were with before are problems. So you need to just kind of figure out what you want to put up with and what will or won't work. I say judge based upon where your heart is, how you feel. Do you really know that this person is a good person? Is this going to be a continued problem? Will it end at some point? Because sometimes the narcissist and the sociopaths, just when they're losing control, they lose their marbles. And to be honest, when it comes to nonviolent domestic abuse, that means the gaslighters, the digital abusers, the financial abusers, where they lord the money over your head. all of that, all of those, the psychological abusers, those people, when they are starting to lose control, when the other person is breaking away and breaking off the relationship, that's when they turn violent and will kill the other person. Yeah, it's a fact. Look it up. I don't know the numbers, and those people had never been violent before. They've had their claws in so deep they didn't have to be, and you have to unravel from that. It takes a lot of unraveling. So we have to understand that our person that we're with now has gone through all this. Do we want to walk that walk? Sometimes the crazy ex will, especially if there's kids involved, you could be with somebody for 2 years and down the road in 2 years, they stop being Looney Tunes because, something happened with the kids or whatever. They'll use the kids, and they'll use the kids against, they'll pit the kids against, they'll do some parental alienation. This is a problem. Could be a Tuesday. Now that's a problem topic, but it's a problem. So you have to decide what your relationship is worth with that person. You have to decide if your person is lying, or, because sometimes the ex will come in and tell lies about them. Who's lying? What is the truth here? Somebody's lying, right? And there's always different versions of every story. So know who your partner is. And if it's very early on, like a few dates in, you might want to step back and say, you know what, fix your life. And when you're ready, come back. Give me a call, see where I'm at. That doesn't mean you stop dating and doing whatever. But if you're into it, if you're into the relationship, and especially as second lifers, you get a good feel. Like, yeah, you don't know how things are going to end up. We don't know about anything. You could be happily married, and all of a sudden your spouse comes home and says, I want a divorce. I don't love you. And that's happened. Most times we have a feel. We know something's not right. The red flags, we just ignored them. But know who you're with. Know that person. Understand who they are. And you can tell by their family values, by their family relationships with their siblings, and how they deal with people at work, and how they treat the valet or the waiter or waitress, your server. You can tell what kind of person you're involved with in a very short time. Watch the red flags. Know what red flags won't work for you. So now, this is what you've all been waiting for. And I'm going to say hi to everybody and answer any questions. But this is what you've been waiting for. Because it's Friday, and it's Love Card Friday. And who needs love this weekend? I know I do. I'm going to get some hugs for my kids. So hang tight. I'm going to, I will look at all the, I'm kind of stuck here because I'm in my room, my bedroom. I've been remanded. I'm going to pull a grace card for you first. Believe. When we marry intention with action, miracles happen. Intention with action. What are you focused on? Are you focused on living a better life? And then do you move towards that? When we marry intention with action, miracles happen. Believe. What a beautiful card. I'm like having to put stuff on the floor. Wait, let me have this. Hold on. It's ready. Okay, did you guys pick your cards? Pick 1, 2, or 3. I can't do the regular, the regular way I do this. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards out. Pick your card, people. 1, 2, or 3. And I did shuffle these beforehand. I just have no room here. And I got my holy water from Santa Rosalia. Who's coming with me to Sicily? Okay. If you picked card number 1, you ready? Forgiveness. I'm going to put on my glasses so I can really look at the card. Okay. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. So if you picked card number 1, it's time to let things go. Put on your big girl panties or your big boy boxers. Take back the control. The person who has hurt you doesn't have power over you unless you give it away. And really, it's an act of love of self, and love for the other person when you forgive. It's time to start forgiving. Let it go. Hey, it's the gateway to summer. Wait a minute. It's the gateway to summer. Right? And also, I just want to let you know that I will have a summer reading list for you next week before I go to Sicily. I'm going to Italy next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, to get ready for the retreat. Who's coming? Oh, Christine Roberts. Look at that. You picked card number 1. That's a good card for you, honey. Right? So that's perfect. It's time to forgive yourself. Not just you, but everybody. Anybody else who picked card number 1. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. And then forgive the other people. It's important. Okay, if you picked card number 2, okay, Chris Arrington. Oh, I don't know if this was a good card for you, Chris Arrington, because you're just so nice anyway. Simple acts of kindness. So let me do this. It says, kindness energizes you and brings happiness to those around you. Maybe someone needs to be kind to you, Chris Arrington, because you're just a kind, loving person. I know you too well. But maybe you have to maybe there's somebody that's, maybe someone's coming into your space, Chris, that's, maybe isn't so happy or nice, and you need to be a little kind to them so that they change their ways. That's a good way to be an example and a beacon of light to other people. So simple acts of kindness. So if you picked card number 2, okay, Susan Woods, you picked card number 2 as well. There's somebody in your life that needs you to be kind, or maybe I think this is kind of adopting this way of living, just being kind, like saying, I'm going to be, and the reason why people aren't kind, if they're not kind, is because they're mad with themselves. They're totally mad, and they're not kind to themselves, and people haven't been kind to them in their early years. So kindness is, it's a reaction, but it can be, you can move it into an action. In other words, you can ask for help with this, and also ask for help from the universe, from spirit, on show me ways that I can be kinder to myself and to others. Kindness. This is important. This is an attitude. This is sort of a disposition. It's disposition. Yes, Ann, I'm live now, honey. Okay, card number 3. If you picked card number 3, and I know a lot of people pick card number 3 every week. Ooh. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. Okay? Express your love through actions. This is, if you picked card number 3, the people in your world maybe have their love language is to sort of see it happening, actions. not really words. Maybe they've heard enough words. Maybe people in their past have spoken words but have not lived up to those words. So this is where you need to, kind of put up or shut up. Do the right thing, and and need to see this. They need to see the love. Use your actions. Be proactive, and you know what too. Loving yourself through self-kindness and self-love, and when you put yourself first, taking care of you, and then bringing that to others as well. And this is a good way of showing somebody. You just want to show them you love them with your actions, not the words, because they're not going to hear it. That's not their love language. And you can do that in a lot of ways. It doesn't have to be grandiose. It can be little acts, or even the way you behave, the way your tone of voice, or even the way you walk around, and having a smile, and showing your love that way. So those are your cards this week, and your grace card was to believe. So I hope you have an amazing gateway to summer. This is Memorial Day. It's a gateway, but you know what? I'm going to say hi to everybody. Let me do my shout outs. Okay, so I got, I did say that my puppy passed away last night, and yeah, it's been rough. She apparently was bit by a snake, and they have this just poisonous snakes in Georgia, in Atlanta, and my poor baby, yeah, she and so she passed away from that. So anyway, and yeah, it's been a rough day for me and my kids, but we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're going to enjoy life, and we're going to celebrate the beautiful 10 years we had with my little baby. And she's just a little doll, and she'll be sorely missed. So thank you, Christine, for asking. And hi, Chris Arrington, and Susan Woods, and hi, Ann Baker, and I know Jimmy Sprocha, and there was somebody else I know that was tuning in a lot this week. So I think it was Blake or Rusty. I think Rusty Jackson. Anyway, so I'm a little off, but I'm doing it. I'm still here for you guys. And hi, Patrice. Glad you're here. Thank you for tuning in. And this weekend, I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. It's actually cooled down here in Boston, and a little cooler than it's been, but it's okay. It's still a beautiful weekend. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get to a great cookout or barbecue. And I hope you attract more love into your life. It is so important. It's so important. It's because love is the source of all healing. It's the source of understanding and growth, and our relationships. And if we make love our priority, we will be the happiest person in the world. I promise you. Because can you imagine a world where everybody's aligned to their higher purpose, living in their gifts, and loving authentically? I can, because that's what I'm doing right here. I'm changing lives, one soul at a time. And if you want to work with me, of course, send me an email, steph@juststeph.com. I offer one-on-one soul journey coaching individual soul readings. That soul journey coaching is a package, and I have individual soul readings, workshops. My retreat in Sicily, week 2 is almost filled up. So it will fill up, and we'll have a wait list. So you definitely want to, let me see if I can pull that up. You want to get on my retreat page in my website and see if this, and I'd be happy to get on a call with you. If you'd like a call, I will definitely jump on a call with you to see if this retreat is for you. And I promise you, if it's not, I will not be encouraging you to go. So definitely get with me on that. If, just reach me here, ask me any questions you want. I reply to everything, and that's it. So have a great weekend. Come with me to Sicily. You don't want to miss that, because nobody does Sicily like me. Nobody. So happy summer. Because we're just at the gate. So take a risk, be vulnerable, share your heart and love always. Know I love you all. Wishing you love, balance, and peace. Ciao, ciao, baby. I love you. I do. Thanks for tuning in to the Just Steph Show. I really care about you, your happiness, and helping you make great choices for your life. So tune in next week for more wisdom from me. In the meantime, follow me on my Just Steph Facebook page, on Twitter at Steph Palermo. My Instagram account is JustSteph1, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Steph Palermo. See you next week.